All right. Hey guys, this is ISO Strife. I am basically a nobody in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, but I wanted to record this because yesterday they leaked Subterror Fiendess, which is a great new Subterror card, and I think everybody's going like with the hype of how good it's going to be. But I want to talk about some things because I've played Subterror. I still have my Subterror core. They're waiting for the new support. Hopefully it's good. This is a good step in the right direction with the Fiendess, but it doesn't solve the problem that Subterror has. And before I talk about that, I want to talk about some curious things about the card. First of all, the artwork. The artwork is amazing. It's a great Yu-Gi-Oh card, but it doesn't really fit with the Subterror archetype that we've been given so far. So, I mean, she's not a Subterror Nemesis, and she's not a Subterror Behemoth. She's just a Subterror card, which kind of excuses the design. But I mean, if this is the support we're getting, I hope that the next Subterror Nemesis we get is a Spellcaster or wizard, and then the next behemoth, which is the level 8, I have no idea what that's going to be. Anyway, the card design is great, but it's not like in accordance to the other Subterror card designs. And the other thing is, it took Konami one booster set to power creep Nemesis Defender, which was the original like hand trap for Subterrors, which sucks. It's not even a one of, to be honest, in the deck. But I mean, it's Konami, right? That's what they do. They power creep. Anyway, this makes Defender completely useless, but still doesn't fix the problems that the deck has while playing in this meta, which is activating effects in your opponent's turn. And what I mean by that is flipping monsters face up. Hopefully the next support, be it the Spell Trap or the next Subterror Nemesis, helps with that. But Subterrors have no way other than Tarot Tray, and if they attack when you have the Hidden City, they have no way within the archetype to flip face up on your opponent's turn. And Fiendess does nothing to change this. What I mean by that is, if her effect had red during either player's turn when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to graveyard, then target one face-down Subterror monster you control, negate the activation, then change the targeted monster to face-up attack position. Then this card would have been the nuts. It would have been the most amazing Subterror support. It would have made Subterror a viable deck, not meta, maybe not tier 1, but it would be a viable, fun deck to play at a regional, local, or whatever level you're playing at. The thing is, it doesn't do that. It just flips it face down. So all Subterror behemoths already flip themselves face down. So what's the point? The thing what happens with this is now Fiendess is predictable. Because if you have your field of Stalagmo Umastrix, which is the regular ending field for Subterrors, let's say, right? That's the regular ending field. You normally flip Stalagmo, draw 2 cards, flip Umastrix, banish a monster, attack, flip face down. And if you drew another Subterror Behemoth, you can put that one on the field and flip it face down as well. Now, you are obligated to leave a Subterror face up on the field. And at that point, they're going to know you have the hand trap because it's predictable. If the monster can inherently put himself face down, why would you have a reason to leave it face up other than Fiendess? As long as they don't get that support, the deck will still rely on Tarot Tray, which is a great card, but it's cloggy sometimes. Thankfully, it's easy to put out with Stalagmo and now with Voltaluric. And even if you're playing like the True King Lithosagem, then that's a one. I mean, you only use one card to bring out Tarot Tray, so it's not that bad. Anyways, that first effect, if it had been to flip a Subterror that's face down into face up to get the negation effect, and then you would have gotten the flip effect for the Subterror, then it would have been great. Broken card. It doesn't destroy, so technically it's still a -1, but you would get the negation, and you would get a second effect. So you would be able to draw 2 off of Stalagmo, or take control of a set card if they have any, or, you know, banish a monster. Those are pretty much the only 3 good Subterror Behemoths, to be honest. Unless you use Ultramafus, which is okay, but it's not great. Fiendess would have been awesome if she did that, but she doesn't. The second effect, when she's face up on the field, you can flip one monster you control to face down defense position, and special summon a Subterror in face up defense or face down defense position. So it does it in defense position. This effect lets you recur your Subterror monsters, recycle the ones that you've used, or pretty much like if you discarded if you had to use 2 monsters for Terror Tray, you can normal summon Fiendess, use her effect to flip herself face down. You'll special summon a Subterror, and then in the end phase, you'll special summon the other Subterror with Terror Tray's effect if it's a flip effect. So you get back both monsters, and then you can, but you can't use Fiendess's effect to tribute her to negate something unless you leave one of the Subterrors face up. So, I mean, if they're both flip effects, kind of useless. If it's a Nemesis Warrior or a Nemesis Archer, it's pretty good. So that's a good play. But, so are you going to use this effect in main phase 1? I don't think so, because you're going to have this girl on the field somehow. Normal summon, recur it with Call of the Haunted is one of the things that comes off the top of my head, right? So you're going to flip a monster to face down defense position to get another defense position monster. At which point, if you're in main phase 1, you have 2 monsters that you cannot conduct your battle phase with unless you flip one of them face up with Hidden City. And then you have 1, but then you have another defense position monster that is just there in defense position. So it's a great effect, but it's not an end game effect. So you won't win, or at least I'm assuming or thinking right now that you won't win by using this effect because the monster is summoned in defense and you put another monster in defense face down. So you can't even use like an XC play or a synchro play if you're running tuners like Glow Up Bulb or something like that. So all in all, great card, great support. It gives you a negation for no cost. It's still a -1, but the disruption, like with the Subterrors playing Terror Tray, just flipping the right monster face down with Terror Tray was normally enough disruption. So now they have to worry about having Fiendess in the hand for you to disrupt their plays. Predictable as it is, because the Subterror will have to be face up, it's still really good. So I'm not saying it's a bad card. I'm saying it's a good card, but I'm saying it doesn't solve the problem that Subterrors have, which is being able to flip themselves face up in the opponent's turn. I think that's pretty much it. That's what I want to say about Subterror Fiendess. I do believe it is a 3-of in the deck, and I have heard people that it will make it worth running 1-for-1, which is kind of a good idea, because if you run 3 Fiendess and Glow Up Bulb, then you have 4 targets, and you can discard your Nemesis Warrior if you have it in hand. So that gives it some recursion. Like you discard something that you'll special summon off of her effect, or you discard, no, that's pretty much it. So it is a great card. It is great support, and hopefully it is one step in the right direction for Subterrors, because it is a great archetype. Flip effect monsters that are like flip-flop control is really fun to play. It's just super slow, and it relies too much on outside archetypes or outside engines to work, such as Tarot Tray, such as Zodiacs. I also played it with Sky Iris because it pops to search an Odd Eyes card. You pop your Archer. You can pop Baobaboon into Invoker. into Nemesis Warrior. So all these combos, all these things you can do with Subterrors, they pretty much rely on other engines, and that makes your hands very inconsistent, even if you're playing a 40 card deck. So hopefully you guys like my discussion about Subterror Fiendess. Can't wait for the other Subterror support to be leaked, and I hope to also make a future video soon. All right, thank you everyone. Have a great day.